Hi everybody, Brian Davis here with Danny Davis, and we are here in the Centennial Room where today Texas started their prep for Kansas State. A very interesting matchup this week. Both teams are 3-3. They have 1-2 conference records. And Danny, we are going to a place that is out in the middle of almost nowhere, but it has been Texas's house of horrors for many years. The Longhorns have not won in Manhattan since '02. Are you excited about this trip?
When I first heard about this trip, I was really excited. In Manhattan, I get to do some shopping, some sightseeing, but then I found out it was in Kansas. So not as excited, but it should be a fun atmosphere. We've heard a lot about the crowd, the students, so we'll see what happens. 2002 was the last time they won in Manhattan. You can take that two ways. On one hand, a lot of these players were first graders, second graders. Shane Buechele had to be
that freaks me out.
4 or
that
5
freaks me out.
when 2002 happened. But on the same time, they've struggled there. So it's going to be interesting to see how this offense looks, see if this defense can string together two back-to-back good performances, but they have confidence after Iowa State.
Absolutely. Now let's be realistic. Saturday night's win over Iowa State was not this big program-turning game changer, but the fact that they pitched a shutout in the second half and held Iowa State to only 6 points overall, that has helped their confidence build it. And what we learned today was that all the defensive players wore wristbands, which did a much better job with the communication than we probably thought.
Yeah, the wristbands were a big topic of conversation. Charlie Strong talked about it, Brecken Hager.
Well, the reason why you go wristbands is that people, if you're watching now, everybody's trying to steal your signals. And so we knew that they would always come up and then they would, the quarterback would make a check and then they'd check to the sideline. So we would show them something and then we wanted the wristband. So now all of a sudden you hit the wristband and just give them whatever call is on the wristband. They would all look.
Overall, they played better on the defensive line with the way they pressured the quarterback in Iowa State. Iowa State's two quarterbacks. The defensive backfield seems to be developing a lot of depth. Chris Boyd was a star this past weekend, but that was only his second start. So a lot of depth in that defensive backfield. So this defense is looking better. Whether or not that was just Iowa State or a sign of things to come, we'll have to see against Kansas State.
We will see. Some injury news. Jordan Elliott will not play this week. He has an MCL injury in his knee, could be out for a couple of weeks. Also, center Zach Shackelford, who, if you remember, he had to be helped off with the left ankle injury. His status will be determined later this week. Other than that, Danny, from what you got from talking to the players, do you still feel like this is a confident team that is ready to go on the road and, frankly, a big road? They need to get a big road win.
I think so. I mean, they were asked. We kind of asked the players a lot about, are you sick and tired of us asking about, road wins?
Absolutely.
Charlie's, job security and stuff like that. And they could silence a lot of those questions. Although new questions will come up next week with Baylor coming to town with a win. So the players are confident. They're fired up. It'll be interesting to see what that actually turns out to be on the field.
Absolutely. Kickoff is 11 a.m. Saturday at the Little Apple. We will be there, and you can read all about it right here on Hook'em.com.